What's up, guys? Victor here from Master Your Body. There's a couple of issues that have been arising within many of my clients as they have been transitioning from a certain dieting phase to the next phase. There has been a lot of clinging on to the first phase. And I'll explain what those phases are real quick. So basically, when I want someone to cut up, to lose weight, people like to see results fast. So I do things a little bit differently than many people. A lot of times in personal training certification programs, they'll teach you a certain way of doing things where you're treating your initial clients who are coming in with very little muscle mass, they're overweight, and they tell you to treat them like bodybuilders. They'll tell you to multiply their weight by a certain number, and it ends up being way too many calories, too many carbs. They're not going to lose weight like that. No, it's going to make them fat. So what I like to do is to put them on a fasting diet. I like to restrict their calories quite a bit, and many people say this and that, but let me explain myself. And I'll tell them to cut their carbs. That is the fastest way I've ever known for people to lose weight. And my clients lose weight very quickly once they do that. However, once you get to the desired weight that I have for you, and we discuss this, and we always agree typically on the range we're looking for. Once they get there, things must change drastically, and I'll tell you why. And I'll give you basically when you're dieting, when you're eating, restricting your calories, you're telling your body to lose weight, you have to temporarily deprive your body of what it needs, and as a result of the less calories that it normally would want, your body will eventually start to adjust itself to this new way of living, and in doing so, it will start to slow everything down because it's learning that it has to, otherwise it's going to continue and you're going to wither away to nothing. Your body's not going to let that happen. It has a mind of its own, so to speak. So at the end of the dieting phase, typically you're at the point where if you continue, you're going to start doing damage to your metabolism. You're going to train it to always be slow. And then what's going to happen when inevitably you start to eat more or a normal amount of calories, your metabolism is going to have trouble revving back up, and as a result, you're eating a normal amount of calories and your metabolism is now slow, you're going to put on weight very fast, and you're going to have to, that's why people yo-yo diet, guys. They'll do these crazy ass diets, they'll lose all this weight, and they do metabolic damage, and you can come out of it, it just takes a little time, and then they blow back up, and it's just this whooshing effect. As my clients, I don't want that to happen. I see it coming. I've seen it before. So what I have them do is once they get to their certain weight, then I start introducing your generalized, stereotypical bodybuilding type diet for them, where they're counting their calories, their macros, their carbs, proteins, and fats, yada yada. The calories bump up, and if the timing is in sync perfectly, which it always is, then your body will come right out of that metabolic funk that it has gone into. I hope that makes sense. So when that happens, yes, you're eating more calories, but your body just revs back up so it's able to handle it. Not only handle it, but it rips through those calories because by now you've gained a little bit of muscle mass. But if you want to continue, if you want to get ripped, if you want to really lean out and have the look that I know you're all looking for, you're not going to get like that in your low calorie, low carb dieting funk. That's just a way to get you down to a normal weight, or it's a way for it's part of a cutting phase where I'm just trying to help you reduce body fat and weight quickly. You've got to come out of it, because what will happen, I'll give you a perfect example. My wife, and she'll really talk about this, she won't be pissed at what I'm saying, she used to be bulimic when I first met her. And so people who are bulimic or anorexic, they don't eat a lot of food. Or bulimics, they eat a shitload of food and they throw it up. But essentially, their body is not getting very many calories at all. And as a result, they suffer from metabolic damage. And what happened with my wife, once we started dating and she confessed it to me, being like the fitness nut that I am, I wasn't having that. So I got her to start eating better and eating food, and she's done. She hasn't done that in, a decade. It's been a long time, and she's healthy and fit now. But anyway, she went through a few years because she did so much damage to her metabolism. Her metabolism became so slow to deal with such a lack of calories that when she started eating even a low-calorie diet, but to her body it still was a lot. She gained like 15, 20 pounds, and that's interestingly enough, the fear and the motivator behind not allowing yourself to eat those foods, and yet it's going to manifest exactly what you fear. So you cannot stay in the restricted calorie diet mode for very long. It's got to be a short phase, and you have to know how to come out of it. Otherwise, you're going to have that happen. I'm having quite a few of you, not just one, a few of you guys right now. You like the quick results. You like the fast weight loss. You like seeing the cuts, and you're attaching that to the method. But that method only made sense at that time, and now we're in a new phase. And if you really want to maintain that, because as I said, if you just continue that, your metabolism is just going to become slower and slower and slower. And as a result, to keep up, you're going to have to eat less and less and less calories. And you're digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into this metabolic, catabolic spiral, which is what bodybuilders call it, but it's just a metabolic funk. And then what's going to inevitably happen, you're either going to die or wither away into nothing, or if you let it go too long, you're going to start eating food, and you're going to have to inevitably go through a period where you balloon up and look like shit for a long time, and you're going to have to do it all over again. But when it gets time to the end of the phase, you're going to have to do it right next time. So let's just avoid that, all of you. There's quite a few of my clients, I'm not yelling at you, but I see a very negative circumstance arising due to your guys clinging to the old method that no longer applies, it no longer serves you, it makes zero sense to do it now. You're going to screw yourself up big time, and you're going to regret it. And I don't like to intervene in people's issues, because I believe everyone has their own path and needs to work out their own issues on their own. However, as my client, you appoint me to intervene in this situation. So when I'm saying, guys, you've got to pull out of it. You've got to stop this. And this applies to anybody who has been yo-yo dieting and doesn't know why when they come out of it, they balloon up. That's why. Because you cannot eat a restricted calorie diet for very long. It's only temporary. And if you don't know how to transition out of it, you're going to screw yourself up. That's why you should hire a trainer. So that's basically the message I wanted to get across, that if you guys continue to ignore this advice, you're going to regret it in a very big way. All the weight you've lost is going to come right back on, and you're going to have to start over, and you're going to feel very shitty. And because when your metabolism slows down, everything, your sex drive goes away, your skin will start to look crappy, you'll start to feel lethargic. It's a miserable, and I've done that, just trial and error. I've dieted too long. I know how it is. I've seen what happened to my wife when she came out of it, and she was in a bad way. It's a very unhealthy thing, especially a lot of you guys, all the people I'm talking to are young. You're under like 35 years old. There's no reason to be doing this. So I won't continue to beat the dead horse, but you guys got the point. I hopefully explained the reasoning behind this advice, and I also encourage you to look forward to the new body that's going to emerge as you start to eat more food, more carbohydrates, more protein, to support the training that is going to give you the body you want. You guys want to look more like fitness models and athletes, not like anorexic underwear models. Okay? So that's all I have to say. Hopefully my point has become clear. Peace.